Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Oh, sister, it is up to you. It is up to you. I remember hearing the phrase of "no one's coming to save you" quite a while ago. A book that I read by, oh my gosh, who was it? I think John Bradshaw. It was about the 6 something of self-esteem, the 6 levels, the 6 something. Great book. Which you have no idea how to find because I don't even know the fucking title. But yes, Self-Esteem, John Bradshaw. I think it was John Bradshaw. But he talked about, and I heard someone share this story of how he would he'd go to speak and he'd go up to the podium and he would just scream, "No one is coming to save you." You know? Like, it is up to you to lead yourself. And side note of that, fuck trying to save other people in your life right now. You're not serving them by saving them. Lead, don't save. Lead, don't save. So it is up to you. It is up to you. So I am, like, as I record this podcast, you're going to get it much closer to my actual fight day, but I have my first boxing tournament on February the 24th, 2018. That is 11 days from today. I am feeling nervous. Isn't really I don't really feel nervous so much. I feel doubtful. I definitely have some fear. And I think it's more like it's not feeling prepared enough. The last tournament that I had, which never ended up happening because I didn't end up having an opponent, but I was training like a mad woman now. There's been a lot of different things that have been happening leading up to this. One being that my husband had an event last week, so it was over 3 days. My coach was also a part of it. He assisted him in that. So then I was in Avail. I didn't have sitters to watch the kids, to even go to the group classes that Rob has other coaches teach. We had Family Day yesterday, which is a holiday here in BC, some of the provinces in Canada. So there was no lesson. And then, there's no catching up on lessons. Like, Rob's pretty, he's pretty slammed with already his schedule at the gym. And so I'm like, okay, haha. And we haven't sparred as much as last time. And so, now from last October to now February, so here we are, that's 4 months more of training, right? So, I mean, of course, that's a plus and a positive thing. I kind of go, well, maybe I actually feel more certain. Maybe I think I'm supposed to feel nervous. And I don't actually, but I definitely have some doubt and some uncertainty. When I have the tournament, I'm also pretty bummed because my husband won't be there. He had set up one of his live events, several months ago. This tournament, we had heard was supposed to be in March. Well, now they did February. They set up a different date. So now it's the exact day that Ed is not here. Well, he's actually here in Victoria, but he's, the whole day, early in the morning, late at night, at this very intensive live event with his group that he trains men with called Men of Iron, which, side note, if you have a man in your life that you would like to deliver this message that you hear here in the podcast, then you need to have him go to Facebook and join the free Facebook group just under Men of Iron. There's about 1,300 or so men in the group already, and it's just exploding. So get your man over there. And so, so even like the day before, so Ed will go the Thursday night. He goes to the hotel because he needs to be there. They start early Friday morning just to be in that headspace and get a good night's sleep. And so he runs all day Friday, all day Saturday. I'll see him back late Saturday night. My tournament's on Saturday. Okay. And I do have a sitter. I was able to see, seems like with our nanny service, I'm trying to find something else to make work with this because they are nanny shortage. There's not a lot of nannies, and we actually didn't even have a date night last week. We're like, fuck, man, this will be a whole other podcast episode on date nights. I'm going to record that one next, actually. But I kind of realized, I'm like, okay, and I kind of feel like my coach is like, you got this kind of thing. Like, I'd be surprised if someone is better conditioning than you. And, it's the sparring piece. It's a totally different other thing to be able to spar versus how you train in the gym. So if you follow me on Facebook, I often Facebook Live weekly up there, sometimes Instagram Live, my training sessions to give you a little piece and a flavor and to show you that I fucking walk my talk. This is for real, man. And so, it can look kind of good on camera and stuff, of course. I mean, and I work my fucking ass off. I work my ass off. But it's another thing to then take that and to bring that into now a sparring situation and or a tournament, which I've never been in before. And so, I kind of feel like Rob's kind of like, you kind of got this, I guess. I don't know. It feels different. It feels kind of like some distance. And so as I'm talking to my husband Ed about it last night, I'm like, you know what? Because he's like, well, it's like I set this event up like months ago. I'm like, I know, I get it. And you got men flying in from like all across the U.S. to like, I get it. I'm not saying I'm mad at you for not being there. I'm bummed, right? I'm bummed. It's not a blame thing or it's nothing like that. Like, I get it, but I'm still bummed about it, right? Because I'm like, win or lose kind of thing, which my plan is to win, but, whatever does happen will happen. And I'm like, if it's the outcome I want, I have no one to kind of celebrate with. I'll go back home to the kids and the insanity of kids. If it's not, then I have no one to talk to about it. Like, it's hard. It's hard. And so I'm like, okay, and I know with Rob too, like he's going to kind of, because he's assisting it at this event coming up as well too, Ed's going to kind of be like, hey, whatever the time is you need to go support Karen, some of the other students that are competing at from his gym, go and do that and then come back and join us. And so, the not really feeling supported, I think, is the biggest piece of this. Not feeling supported. And listen, I can go back to all sorts of stories about like, nobody's there for me. I'm all alone. Nobody understands me. I ran those stories for years, decades, from a young girl until probably about like 4 years ago. So I can, it's, part of this is like, it's triggered me of that, right? But I'm like, okay, there's something I'm supposed to see in this situation. There's something I'm supposed to see. You've heard me talk before. It's like, okay, who do I need to become? Who do I need to become to win? Who do I need to become to realize that whatever the past training was in October is not what it is now, but so fucking what? Who says that that's what I need? Maybe I need more recovery time. Maybe I need to not, because I was like obsessive about it. Like, I was like obsessed, man. If you're following me back then, I was like, there were some times I'm training twice a day, and that was, Rob was like, okay, come back at night. I'm like, okay, like, just tell me what I need to do to fucking win. And so, it's like, what am I supposed to see in the situation? Who do I need to become to win? What is I'm supposed to see? And I went, oh, I think I know what it is. And at first it was kind of like, well, it's up to me. Like with a little bit of a passive aggressive tone to it, right? Like, nobody fucking gets me. It's up to me. If I'm going to make shit happen, it's up to me. No one's going to do it for me, right? And I kind of came at it with that energy at first. And then I've more settled into, I'm like, you know what? It is. It's up to me. It's always up to me. It's always up to you, sister. Like, you can have a supportive husband, partner, boyfriend. You can have kids that are supportive. You can have family supportive friends. But, like, it comes down to this. It's up to fucking you. It's me walking into that tournament. It's me fucking competing. It's me being, in the mindset of, like, I got this. I could train like a beast and have all the support in the world and yay, go have like a cheering team, all this shit. And then I fuck with myself inside my head and I tank it. It's up to me. There's never anyone that's going to do this for you but you. It's up to you. And it doesn't have to feel lonely. You don't have to feel like you're all alone. But, like, really, it is up to you. And the sooner that you fucking realize that, the sooner what's coming clear to me is that I stop spinning the stories. I'm like, so what's so wrong with it being it's about me? Fuck yes. That's the only thing I can control. I couldn't control they changed the date to February. I can't control it just happens to be a day that Ed's got this live event happening and, he's got men that have come down and left their... I mean, I get all that. I get it. Still bummed about it, but I get it, right? I can't control that. I can't control what might be happen with my kids before I head out the door and drop them off with a newer sitter for a Saturday. I can't control that. I can't control if they decide to get up in the middle of the night or they decide to fight bedtime like they often do these days with a 4 and a 7-year-old. I can't control that. I can only control me. I can only choose things for me. I can only decide for me. It's about me. Like, that's it. It's up to me. It's up to me. And sister, it's up to you. If you were looking for others in your life to fucking give it to you, if you're looking for others to give you the permission to do the things that you want to, if you think that, you have to wait a certain period of time until you can do something, like, it's up to you. And the only way that you will really own that is for you to fucking know who you are. You're going to hear me more talk about this within Women Wanting More in this movement of like really understanding you, because so many of you come to me about relationships. 99% of them is about marriage / partner / boyfriend, mostly marriage, some kids, but really it's marriage. And the thing is this, it's like until you really fully understand who you are, decide who you need to become, there's nothing that's really going to land in the marriage piece because you're still figuring out your own shit. You're bringing in your shit into a marriage when marriage is already difficult. And so if you don't have your shit figured out, if you don't know who you are, how can you figure out what you want within a marriage? How can you get clear on what you want if you're not clear on who you are to begin with? And so here's your more tip for you today, sister. What is one thing that you have been waiting on in your life because you're expecting other people to either do the work for you, give you permission, tell you it's okay, support you, and you're not getting it? Like, you're like, well, once the kids are out of the house, then I'll have the time, and that extra time will support me in doing things. Okay. When I get the money in the bank account, then I'll be able to invest in the business, or then I'll be able to, okay. All right. Or, if my husband only supported me, then okay. Well, what if you decide instead that it's up to you? So what is it right now that you've been talking about that, again, you're putting off on others to either do the work for you or to wait and give you permission, or that you somehow need their support and their blessing to be able to do something? And here's the second piece I want you to journal about this. So what is the thing? The second piece is this, what does it cost you to not take action, to give your power away to other people, and to not decide that it's up to fucking you? What does it cost you? What does it cost you? This one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. There'll be a lot of you, there'll be some revelations. You're like, fuck, it's cost me X amount of money, thousands, hundred thousands of dollars. It's costing me my marriage. It's cost me a relationship with my kids. It's cost me my health. Like, you need to go there. And when I often ask this question when I'm coaching or at live events or inside the sisterhood, and it's like, well, the response is often, well, I don't want to think about that. Well, fucking think about it. Because this is when shit gets real, right? This is when you go like, shit, I got to do something. This is when people ignore their health for years and suddenly have a heart attack and survive it and go, I better fucking wake up. Like, then you're forced to think about it then, lying in a hospital fucking room. So what is it costing you to give that power away to other people in your life, other circumstances and situations? Some of you are still dragging the past into the present and still identifying yourself as that. So what is it, and what is it costing you financially, emotionally, in your relationships, with your health? What is it costing you with your marriage? What is it costing you, sister? So 3 things I want to leave you with today. Number 1, I just mentioned the sisterhood. The sisterhood is a group coaching program that was ridiculously inexpensive. It's less than half a Starbucks latte every single day, to be around powerful women that like you, to have access to me as a powerful coach, to have that accountability, and to have action. Weekly trainings we do inside their Facebook Lives, daily sisterhood tips. So go over right now to drkarenosborne.com/sisterhood, and you can sign up for your 7-day free trial today. Free trial. Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? It is time, right? It is up to you. So that's number 1. Number 2, I created something very recently called the More Journals System. Now, if you've been following the podcast for a while, you know that I've been giving away journals for free, the Women Want More limited edition ones, and that's still going on as well. That's at drkarenosborne.com/free journal, and I will ship that to you anywhere in the world. But here's what started happening is I realized that, like, there's a lot of women that are really struggling with the whole concept of journaling. They don't know, or they don't know how to do it, so they've never done it. and they feel silly and goofy. And I kind of forgot I used to feel that way too. They journal, but it's really inconsistent. So they kind of beat themselves up, and they kind of feel like, I don't know why I can't do this. Like, why can't I commit? So I'm like, yeah, I used to be that too. And then there's a third, which is they've been journaling for a while. They're consistent, but they're not getting results. I'm like, yep, I used to feel that way too. And I didn't realize until recently that I actually created a system. Like, I do this as a system that gets me results, that I get insights and revelations from my journaling every single day. You want to figure out who the fuck you are and who you need to become? Journaling is your gateway to get there. There's no other way. There's no other way. No one's going to give that to you, right? You figure it out by getting that out, your personal scripture. So I created something recently to really solve that problem, which is called the More Journal System. So just 3 training videos. They're less than 30 minutes. They come with 3 worksheets and a bonus PDF, which is 30 journaling icebreakers. So these are then statements, questions that you can use if you ever feel stuck in your journal, like, I don't know what to journal about today. You can grab one of these, and this will help you get the insights and the results that you're actually looking for. So to grab a copy, it's still in pre-launch as I record this. I can't promise you that. By the time you actually listen to this, it might not. It might be at the next price level. But either way, it is a freaking bargain. So whether it's at pre-launch or it's the one gone up, I want you to go ahead and get this. And this has been huge. You're going to see more and more testimonials that are on the page that you're going to land on, which is at drkarenosborne.com/how-to-journal. Okay, so drkarenosborne.com/how-to-journal. If you're listening on these show notes, you can just click, they're all clickable links. Or on your iPhone, just click on the little I, which is next to the episode. That'll bring up the show notes. And you can just click on the links from there. And it's very easy to get that in. And you get immediate access to the very first video. Okay, so Sisterhood, get your free journal. So Sisterhood, drkarenosborne.com/sisterhood. Free journal is the same, but /free journal and /how-to-journal for the More Journal System. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborne.com/newsletter.